How have you been? How was your week? What have you been up to?
Watching the Olympics every night, as much as I can get. I've got that Olympic fever, and doctors aren't really sure how to cure it yet.
Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, the Olympics, there's so much competition. I kind of wish that they would just all be on the same team, and kind of promote world peace.
Yeah, everybody should get a peace medal, maybe just all the same color.
Like a medal to say, hey, I participated, People love those. Anyway, thanks for joining us here on Pure Bro Sports. That is Bryan Stevens, editor of the Sun-Times Daily Herald.
And that is Greg Johnson, columnist for the Tribune Post-Star Chronicle. We have a very special episode today, Greg.
That's right, we do, Bryan. The sporting event of the year is finally upon us. The 56th annual AFL-NFL World Championship game between the LA Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals. I am super excited. This year, as I am every year, we go all out here. We decorate, we invite dozens of people. We got lots of great food.
We just do things a little differently in my house. All that food, we just take it right out of the house. Free ourselves from any distractions from this big game.
Smart.
And once it's kickoff time, we all watch the game through a mirror, just whip around and pretend we're in a sort of bizarro world and everything's backwards. It's a real hoot.
Oh, okay. So you got some Twilight Zone going on over there. I dig it. You do this every year?
Only on the even number of years, of course.
Well, obviously, yeah.
But, I was looking at the books for this big the game out of curiosity, and I don't know how many people out there have bets out there, but the Rams are actually favored to win with the spread at 4.5.
I'll tell you what, Rams have not been as explosive offensively as some people thought that they would, but I'm taking the over here. I think they score at least 5 points.
No, that's not how the spread goes.
That's easy 50 G's right there.
The best value I see is in the over-under, especially if it moves to that full point, either 48, 49. In that case, I'm taking the over-under to be exactly right at 2-1 odds. Then you can just hedge it, top or bottom. You bet both sides, you still come out on top.
So if you get the score exactly correct, it only pays 2-1?
Yes, I was able to get these boosted odds from my local bookkeeper because I've been such a great customer for him.
How much exactly did you wager?
Oh, no, I didn't bet money.
Oh, thank goodness. I was about to say, you really shouldn't.
I bet my house. Whatever the house is worth, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. It's the old saying, you bet the house.
So, if you win, you get...
another house.
Whose house?
I don't know yet. We just agreed on a house to be named later.
Well, best of luck on that. Let's just get this out of the way, Bryan. What is your prediction for Sunday? Who wins this game?
It's a tough matchup with the Bengals getting hot at exactly the right time, beating the Chiefs again. And you've got the Rams on the other side who were finally able to get past their rival 49ers after losing to them 6 times in a row during the regular season. This game is ultimately going to be decided in the trenches, where you've got the Rams' strong, superstar-filled defensive line against the Bengals' offensive line, which has been one of their weaknesses. Lately, Joe Burrow and their offensive coordinator have been able to sort of scheme around this with more screen passes and getting it out quickly, where their first matchup against the Chiefs during the regular season, Joe Burrow was hit over 10 times, but last week in the AFC Championship, he was only sacked 1 time. And on the Rams side of offense, you've got a more balanced attack, which will happen now that they have Cam Akers working his way back to full health in tandem with Sony Michel. The Rams' explosive attack with that strong defense is going to be too much for the Bengals to overcome, and I have the Rams taking it by 2 scores, despite another 300-yard day by Joe Burrow.
Wow. Really, that is something. That's #bold. I'm a big fan of Zach Taylor's coaching style, okay? Let me tell you why. The Bengals try to get points every single offensive possession. On defense, they try very hard to prevent the other team from getting points. At the end of the day, they often have more points than their opponent. That's how they got here. In my opinion, this is the key to victory. If they can stick with this mindset, this is the year they finally bring an AFL-NFL World Championship game trophy back to Cincinnati. I'm picking the Bengals to win 38-11.
Wow, blowout. 38-11. Do you think the LA is going to go for 2 at some point?
No.
So field goals and a safety?
2 safeties.
2 safeties.
Yeah, touchdown, extra point, 2 safeties. Boom, 11.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. There'll be 2 safeties for the same team in this year's game.
Although I do think at the very beginning when the teams run onto the field, whichever team runs the fastest will start with all the momentum. So
Momentum.
Yes, momentum. We're going to jump into some headlines around the league, but first I'm going to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, HelloFlesh. Do you ever get a hankering for human? Do you value privacy and discretion? HelloFlesh offers 100% non-GMO grass-fed human using discreet packaging and no personal information required. I've tried other human delivery services, and I have to say HelloFlesh beats them all. Take it from me, your friends will be soylent green with envy. Sign up now using the exclusive code PureBro20 and get 20% off your entire first order, because at HelloFlesh, we believe that an arm and a leg shouldn't cost an arm and a leg. For more info, go to HelloFlesh.gov. That's HelloFlesh.gov.
First up, by now everyone's heard the Brian Flores situation. Just to recap, Bill Belichick accidentally texted Brian Flores congratulating him on getting the head coaching job with the Giants before he had even interviewed with them. Of course, he was meaning to text Brian Daboll, who was later announced as the head coach of the Giants. Brian Flores is now seeking a $100 million damage lawsuit, and of course the league is fighting back by adding Hugh Jackson to undermine the class action from the inside.
I gotta tell you, this is just an embarrassing situation all around. It's embarrassing for the league, for the coaches, the fans, the players, the refs, the vendors, the custodians. Yeah, I really hope the league can learn from this, and I really hope Belichick can learn how to use a cellular phone.
Well, a few days later, Belichick texted Flores again to congratulate him for making it to the AFL-NFL World Championship game. Looks like this time he meant to text Bengals offensive coordinator Bryan Callahan.
Wow, I mean, talk about a bad situation that can't possibly get worse.
Belichick then texted me the other day to congratulate me on my work with the Alabama offense the last few years and asked if I would like to come back and run his offense again. So I really think he needs to start learning first and last names and the differences between those two.
That might help him to #do his job. Next up, Matthew Stafford's wife reportedly spent $250,000 on AFL-NFL World Championship game tickets for Rams fans. This guarantees that there will be at least 5 Rams fans in attendance.
Many are calling this a classy move from Kelly Stafford. You know, the Rams have been struggling lately to fill the home games in the stadium. I mean, look at the game last week. You know, it was split between the 49er fans, and we'll see if this helps their fan base, who have been generally indifferent about Rams football.
No, I have to say, I don't like this. All right, Kelly Stafford was a Lions fan, 2 years ago? The Lions have one bad year, and suddenly she's jumping on the LA bandwagon. What is the deal with that?
Yeah, it's really not a good look. I mean, we found an Instagram picture from 2 years ago where she's decked out in Lions gear. Did you think we'd forget? Did you think we wouldn't care?
This is a big step backwards for NFL football. As far as I'm concerned, if you don't love one team and one team only, as long as you're alive, you can just go and die.
I mean, we have no love for bandwagon fans around here. I've been a fan of the LA Rams since they were first brought into the league back in 2016, and I haven't looked back. Except, of course, when they played my Patriots in the big game that one time.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, that was your hall pass.
Finally, in headlines, everyone's heard it by now. Tom Brady retires after 22 seasons in the NFL. Good way to go out. He showed he still got it with that big 27-3 comeback against the Rams a few weeks ago, ultimately losing in the end, but decided it was time to go home to his family, and what an amazing legacy this man leaves behind. I mean, 10 trips to the Super Bowl, every passing record imaginable. You know, he just decided it was time for him to take his rightful place in Canton as the greatest of all time.
For me personally, as someone who is not a Patriots fan, I think I can objectively say that he was never really good at football in the first place, and I kind of got sick of seeing his face. So yeah, congrats to Tom on quitting. Let's move on.
Our next segment is brought to you by Audible and their new feature, Audible Plus. Are you deaf? If so, listen closely. Audible is rolling out their new feature, Audible Plus, later this year. Each audiobook available on Audible Plus will be typed out, so even the deaf can enjoy unlimited access to over 12 audiobooks. Using their patented space-age transcribing technology, you'll be able to read the words from all your favorite audiobooks with almost 60% accuracy. With Audible Plus, throw out those earbuds, open up those eyeballs. With promo code 20, you can get 6 months for free.
Wow, that is a great deal. I would not want to miss out on that. All right, it's time for my favorite segment of the day, AFL-NFL World Championship Game Trivia.
Yes, now each of us has prepared a list of questions for the other, and whoever gets the most questions right is the winner.
That's right, and we don't play for prizes. This is purely just for fun.
Only thing on the line here is bragging rights.
That's right.
Just to make things more interesting, we put our cards up as well.
Yeah, so I got my list here. You ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right, question 1. What NFL team has played in 4 AFL-NFL World Championship games but never once had a lead?
Well, that's a good one. I believe that is the Minnesota Vikings.
Correct. Wow, I thought I'd get you on that one.
Yep, you did. So, name the first wildcard team to win the AFL-NFL World Championship game.
Okay. I think I know this. Wild card.
You checking your phone there? I think that's cheating.
No. I'm just sending a tweet. Was it the Oakland Raiders?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. All right, next question. AFL-NFL World Championship Game 44 beat out what to become the most watched program in television history?
Oh, of course, the MASH series finale.
How the f*** did you know that?
I'm a huge MASH fan. I mean, you've seen it.
No, I haven't seen MASH. What are you, 100 years old?
Calm down. Are you ready for question 2?
Yes!
Okay. What is the AFL-NFL World Championship record for most points by a single team?
Single team.
All right, will you stop? That's clearly cheating.
No, I'm not cheating. I'm live tweeting this whole thing, okay?
I have your Twitter open right here. You haven't tweeted in 10 years.
No. This is my alt account. This is a private account.
Why would you be live tweeting in a private account?
Okay, let's just drop it, all right? The answer is San Francisco 49ers, 55 points.
Okay, yeah, you just knew that right off the top of your head.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
That's not my problem, all right? The top of my head is smart. All right, next question. What former NFL player has multiple sacks against Tom Brady in multiple AFL-NFL World Championship games?
Really don't like this one.
I am aware of that.
I think that was OCU Minora.
Ooh, incorrect.
What?
It was Justin Tuck. Yeah, not even close. Not even close.
Not even close? What do you mean not even close? They're on the same team.
Okay, they are two very different people with their own interests and hobbies, all right?
I think that's enough trivia for today.
It is 2-2. You want to just end in a tie?
No, I don't care.
Fine. I mean, it would be a shame if the AFL-NFL World Championship game ended in a tie, but...
All right, well, that's not possible.
I think we're running out of time, but let's just take a few minutes to answer some fan questions, all right? Why don't you read off some fan mail? What do you got?
We don't have any.
What do you mean?
This is the first episode we've ever done. How would we even have any fan mail?
The producer said we had a built-in fan base.
That's not what that means.
Well, what should we do?
I don't know. I guess the show's over.
Okay.